Hello, it's another episode of your daily word, and it's Pastor William Sunu from Joy Christian Center. So far, we have seen that prayer, fasting, waiting on God, and emotional intelligence are indispensable qualities of a leader. But there is another essential quality of leadership that we find in the story of Nehemiah: integrity. That's the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. Nehemiah chapter 2 verse 5 to 6 in the New King James Version reads, "And I said to the king, if it pleases the king, and if your servant has found favor in your sight, I ask that you send me to Judah, to the city of my father's tombs, that I may rebuild it." Then the king said to me, the queen also sitting beside him, "How long will your journey be, and when will you return?" So it pleased the king to send me, and I set him a time. These statements I have just read is an answer to what Nehemiah asked God in Nehemiah chapter 1 verse 11, the B part. Let me read it to you. He says, "Please grant me success today by making the king favorable to me. Put it into his heart to be kind to me." What a powerful statement and what a powerful prayer that Nehemiah prayed during those 4 months that he was fasting, weeping, praying, and waiting on God. He prayed this prayer. Friends, sometimes we pray and we don't believe or we don't think that God can actually do what we ask because it looks so big. But Proverbs 21 verse 1 in the NIV says, "In the Lord's hands, the king's heart is a stream of water that he channels towards all who please him." Let me repeat this. Proverbs 21 verse 1 says, "In the Lord's hands, the king's heart is a stream of water that he, God, channels towards all who please him." I'm sure you can see from what I have been sharing so far that God answers sincere prayers. That is why we are commanded to watch and pray. That's Matthew 26 verse 41. We often pray without earnest expectation. But I hope and pray that after listening to this episode, you will be encouraged and challenged at the same time to pray with expectation, because God answers prayer. "If it pleased the king, and if your servant has found favor in your sight, I ask you to send me to Judah, to the city of my father's tomb, that I may rebuild it." So it pleased the king to send me, and I set him a time. From this statement in Nehemiah chapter 2 verse 5 to 6, I want to mention 3 very important things. The first statement is, "Send me to Judah." With this statement, I believe Nehemiah put himself forward. He suggested that, "King, I am the one you can trust with this project." Leaders who have vision always put themselves forward. Listen, I didn't say they put themselves first. I said they put themselves forward. Putting yourself forward is not the same as putting yourself first. One is all about being greedy. The other one is about taking responsibility and spearheading, the project or whatever it is that you have been called to do. Some aspects of a vision can be delegated while others cannot be delegated, and you need to know the difference. You see, in this instant, the king already knows Nehemiah, so it will be very easy to trust him with the resources required to complete the project. The second statement I want to zoom in is that I may rebuild it. Looking at the statement carefully, I believe it talks about clarity of purpose. And clarity of purpose is a desirable quality in a man or a woman of influence. Somebody in a position of leadership must have clarity of purpose. That is, you must be very clear on what you want to do and why you are doing it. The third statement, Nehemiah said, I set him a time. This is a clear demonstration of integrity. Friends, people judge our integrity by the way we manage time. If you say to somebody, let's meet at so and so place between the hours of 1 p.m. and 2 p.m., make sure you are there on time, because your lateness says something about your time management, but more importantly, it reveals something about your integrity. Because if you set a time for somebody, you have actually conditioned the person to your words, and they will judge you by those words. So Selah on these words, ponder and reflect, and may the Lord bless you as you do. Have a wonderfully blessed day. See you tomorrow.